Drive on Lugnutz. Enjoy the show.
Nothing left to do but to crank over those engines, gearheads, 'cause 'tis none other than us, the Lugnutz Podcast.
Welcome, gang. Recorded April. The Fiat Cartel. Not what you think. Elite Motors. Renault. And more on this week's Lugnutz. Thank you for joining us.
Enjoy the show. Drive on Lugnutz.
Drive on over here, facebook.com/Lugnutz Podcast, as well as our website, pjandwh.com, where you're going to find all of our Luggy and Nutty podcasts coming to you ever so slightly behind, like Sex Ed and everything in between. M&M Podcast, Dope or Nope, as well as Silly Little Podcast and Mattcast. But one thing you're not going to want to cast aside is this first story.
Here we're going to talk about the cartel.
Oh.
The Fiat Cartel. Fiat Grand Panda Cartel. Not the cartel you were thinking about.
Ah, gotcha.
But wouldn't it be funny if the cartel
Drove a cartel. Oh, my God.
started to drive?
That's fantastic.
How do you know they're the cartel? They
Cartel.
all drive a cartel. They think it's hilarious.
That would be great.
That would be
Oh, my
funny.
God.
wouldn't
Give them a
it?
discount.
I mean, that's the first thought that I had.
Oh, yeah. Give them a discount.
It was available on stage at the Salon de Mobile in Milan from the 8th till the 13th, celebrating the return of Fiat to its home segment.
Oh.
Platform showcase featuring the Fiat and Cartel. These, I think Cartel is a company they work with.
Okay.
They've been working with for a while. Fusion of success is what they're calling it.
Sure.
Like that. That's what I think of when I think of Italian automobiles.
Successful Italian automobiles? Sure. We can.
What's the F stand for again? I can't remember. Fix it. Cartel exemplifies Italian excellence and sustainable, iconic design, shared the same values as Fiat, they said.
What, they love naps too?
I guess. They like...
Okay.
It looks like an interesting vehicle. Let's see if there's any photos below.
Absolutely.
They have Fiat has a long established relationship that goes back with the Cartel from the 1950s.
Okay.
It's Cartel with a K. Does Cartel?
Oh, they don't have that
Cartel,
one
They spell it with a
copywritten.
C.
Yeah.
To
It's completely
It's
different.
totally different because these people make cars.
And your eyes are going to have X's on them if you cross that cartel. Oh, yeah. I'll be here all week. It looks, honestly, that looks like a Kia Soul.
Designed to be like the first generation of Fiat 500.
Okay.
It
kind of looks like a Renegade, like a smaller Renegade, and they're a big DMX fan.
It looks, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like they took a Jeep Avenger and they're like,
Yeah.
change the badges and the bodywork.
It really does look like they just changed a bunch of shit.
Change the badges and the bodywork. We got tons of these fucking things. We got to get rid of them.
Like, we got this dash
Strip
design.
the panels off. Put your Fiat panels on. We're going to call it Stellantis. I mean, Italian.
Yeah. It doesn't look comfortable either.
Red
I mean, a concept of a Corvette, and I'm like, oh, I could melt into those seats. These, I'm like, oh, my ass already hurts.
So the livery is a vibrant red that conveys energy and passion while claiming the cartel's visual identity.
Okay.
Sure.
The other cartel's visual identity is surrounded around red, too.
Yeah, that's weird, right? I mean, it looks like Fiat, they're trying to get the cartel to buy a few cars.
You know?
Look, it's already red for all the blood.
It already comes in red. Look, you like.
Yeah, they're going to use a polycarbonate and renewable blah, blah, blah resources
Sure. Why not?
for the interior and all sorts of other parts. So
Yeah, man,
sustainable.
polycarb it up.
Spec tech to tech process where there includes textile clothing scraps, the foliage from armchairs reduced to reduce scrap. They take the scrap from yarn shops and
Okay.
make it into seats.
That does not sound comfortable at all. It sounds horrible.
It sounds renewable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just cloth on a seat. Who cares?
I mean,
if
yeah.
It's like polka dot here, and it's like a solid bear pattern here,
Yeah,
and
no,
here
use
it's
it.
like, well, we won't talk
It's
about what's over
all cushion in the end for the cartel.
there. Well, if you got some cushion in your tushin, you might want to check out this next story, which has nothing to do with cushion or tushin.
Oh.
I think this is the best that it gets. Renault, Nissan are saying they have a new strategy. Oh, and Nissan is also announced we're not talking to Honda anymore.
We're not talking to them.
We're not talking to you.
Just, just pretend like we never met.
Yeah. They're going to send Nissan to India.
Okay.
You guys focus on that for a while.
All right. I mean,
They
it's a big
have
market.
Renault has a 51% shareholder percentage of Nissan. So
Oh. Well, there you go.
Nissan's going to do as they're told, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Renault is going to use Nissan to expand its international business.
You think they called up Renault and they're like, "Hey, I talked to my mom and I'm not allowed to hang out with you anymore."
Yeah, we're still going to sell cars in America, but we got to think about India now. Sorry.
I mean, God, that's an awkward conversation.
Nissan's going to continue to think about India.
That's good. We will keep Nissan and India in our thoughts.
Yeah. Is there a car down there? No car. It's just padding.
All padding.
Let's pad our way to the next story. This is the Leap Motors B10, first model in the B series.
Oh.
Chinese new energy vehicle. Starting price of 99,800 RMB.
You know what? Maybe it's the purple color that you never see anymore, but I already like this one better.
When's the last
than
time
the
you saw a
Kartell.
purple car?
Saints Row?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. I don't remember seeing a purple car ever since then.
We offer black, white, gray,
red.
and purple. What? Purple. Okay.
We also have another version of black.
They have a series of variants. They're going to have 5 variants, a 5-seat SUV variant. There's other pictures below in this one. They're using the latest Leap 3.5 architecture, whatever that means.
Okay. It's the biggest
their-
leap they have.
Battery pack and motors attached is what I'm guessing that is. B10 comes standard with a lithium ion phosphate battery pack with 56.2 kilowatt hours and a 67.1 kilowatt capacity.
See, that's not a bad interior.
CLTC range of 510 kilometers and 600 kilometers.
I actually like where they have the placement of the AC ducts right underneath the fan, blowing right there, right there.
not bad.
No kind of, nothing intruding in your way. You're driving, you're still getting that air there, and you have the nice touchscreen right over to your side. So, it looks like a, nice, decent sized area inside the cabin. So that doesn't look too bad. Controls on the steering wheel, very easy to see, even from here. But it looks like a nice car.
Out of the 5, the 2 most expensive variants are the 510 kilometer version and the 600 kilometer version, which Leap Motors calls the Smart Driver Edition.
Ah,
Feel smart, I guess.
sure.
They have all models have a single mounted rear motor Having a single motor produces 132 kilowatts of peak power and 175 newton meters of torque.
Okay.
0 to 100 kilometers in 9.3 seconds.
So it's a little grocery getter.
Yep, little something to get you around town, get you where you got to go.
Yeah.
4 variants produce single motor of 160 kilowatts, 0 to 60 in 0 to 100 kilometers. I'm never going to get used to saying that.
Yeah.
In 8.6 seconds for the next model up. So it gets quicker.
Excellent.
So if you're in China looking for a vehicle, maybe look at Leap Motors, the B10.
A nice EV for you. Maybe it works out for your drive.
Or you might want to think about this next story. Welcome back. So here are, this is a preview image of the MG Cyber SUV.
Oh, thank God you showed me so much.
This is their electric truck. They do actually go below. They do show more. Sometimes they're not the best. Here you get the whole image. It's kind of. It's an It's an SUV. People go, bing. Yep, I got it. SUV.
You know what?
Type?
You could pretty much just buy the car off of that picture right there. It's showing you everything you need.
If you scroll down, you can see the LED light bar that stretches across the face with an illuminated octagon, which is, I guess, MG octagon is their thing.
Sure, why not?
With 2 little dots on the side.
Yeah, it's so they're pretty much just showing off the
very,
body and the styling of it. It's
shaded.
Yeah, can't show any of the car.
See it, Shanghai Auto Show, April 23rd.
If they allow the lights on.
I think they'll allow the lights on for that. Then they're going to want to try and sell some. I think.
Hopefully.
Let's hope. Oh, I forgot. This 3 architecture is capable of having electric and hybrid powertrains.
Oh,
could be
good.
available in both, going with the same scheme as everybody else.
So if you don't like the electric, you want a hybrid, you can go just hybrid. Ironically, it's either 2 camps right now.
We're not quite ready to go full electric.
Right. So you just do the hybrid and, you're happy.
And we hope you're happy with this next story. Picture Perfect Small Towns. Get it on Amazon today. New Renault 5 E-Tech. First generation Renault 5 arrived in the U.S. in 1976. Renault has now reinvented its iconic electric Renault 5 E-Tech.
Okay.
Winner of European Car of the Year, the little French hatchback that could. Car finished in a diamond black set. Is there seats or something I'm describing below?
The back end of it. And
car is finished in diamond back set off with red graphics that extend up the A pillars.
Right here. The
That's
red
really
and then the black right there. Yeah, they just try to make it sound really nice, but that's all they're talking about.
There's a little red strip. Wow. 18-inch wheels. Wow.
Sure. And very yellow seats.
Offering an 11 kilowatt onboard charge and an 80 kilowatt fast charge capability. 100 kilowatts as well. Comfort range. Oh, there are multiple ranges. I should take better notes. There are 2 ranges. Urban range, which is an 11 kilowatt onboard charger with the 80 kilowatt fast charge. The comfort range is the next model, which is a 52 kilowatt lithium ion battery that produces 147 horsepower and goes 252 miles of range.
Very nice.
Per Europeans test, blah, 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 whatever, which is 210 EPA.
Okay.
Entry-level urban range gets about 160. It gets a 40 kilowatt battery, 192 miles. Urban range has 120 horsepower, 10.1 infotainment screen, and 12 cubic feet of cargo space.
Okay. I mean, well, you got some cargo space in there. Everything's very driver-centric right there. especially in the interior.
Let's hope so.
You know, boom, get off. No, don't touch that radio. It's right here.
It looks like a very simple car to make from left-hand drive to right-hand drive.
Oh yeah, we just.
It looks like you could just slide the whole thing over.
Yeah,
you drive.
Like
clunk.
There was an old comedy bit like that. Well, here you drive. It looks like you can just slide that right over. That's good though. Rims aren't horrible. I mean, you could have picked a better color than yellow to display it off. I mean, you know.
They mentioned that the low-speed ride and the mid-cornering bumps could be a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a bit bumpy in the corners.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's a very small, tiny car too. So, you know, the ride is everything in that. You know.
Well, if your ride isn't anything, you might want to tappity-tap over to our internet fancy thinking about pages over on the YouTube and the Facebook.
Yeah,
and,
man.
I think we have an X, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere. Find us on all social media, Facebook, YouTube. We are out there and on our main website of Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers, main website, pjandwh.com. Find all of our podcasts right up top, as well as Bucarel Photography, everything that we got going on, and especially specials coming in the future. And, of course, it doesn't matter if you drive a Ford or if you drive a Honda, because nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on! He's really earning his end credits this time.
It is, yeah.
You know, after last week, we had a talk. We're like, hey, man, you want to stay in the end credits here? Got to hear some more barking.
You know what that means?
It's
super crazy outside.
Super crazy for us and you. And until next time, gang, we love you, we miss you, and we want to see you then. Awkward stares. The awkward stares are enough from Doodle off stage. Drive on, Lugnutz. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Drive on Lugnutz. Drive on Lugnutz. Drive on Lugnutz.
All right. And now we start a whole other recording. So now that's 2 weeks.
Well, especially next week. It's is this the holiday one, or is that the last one?
That was the last one.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is
Post
after the
Easter spectacular.
Everybody ate their ham or whatever you guys eat.
Or duck, turducken, where they take a turkey, they stick it in a chicken, and they stick all that in a duck. It might be in a different order.
Either way, but you know, I mean, it's a very American cuisine.
Well, we've got no cuisine here. We do have cars.
And we want you to hit that subscribe button right there. Right above my head is going to be the very best Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers video for you. And above Big Brother's head is over 190 Lugnutz podcasts for you to consume. Until we see you next time, drive on.
Drive on Lugnutz.